Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Ex-girlfriend and drunk cheating. Coping. Okay, I know I posted here a lot and this is going to be long, but I'd appreciate it if anyone can read it, since I'm having these self-blame thoughts that won't really stop. So my 21 long-distance ex-girlfriend 19 that I've been with since 2016 drunk cheated on me at an after-party in a stranger's house with a guy she knew from her old school. She came and confessed even though I wouldn't have known if she chose to hide it. She was really hurt from the guilt of what she did. According to her, no intercourse happened, only because he was drunk and kept missing. However, other things went down, such as kissing, fingering, oral. I didn't break up with her and chose to stay, but I had a hard time accepting it. Mainly because her story went from saying I had too much to drink and that messed with my judgment and I made a bad decision, to saying she felt pressured to do so and had no idea what she was doing because she drank too much. While the actions she performed show that she just jumped into it impulsively and didn't really do anything to stop it. So I did have frequent questions about it, trying to understand the full truth and know more details, which she couldn't handle after a while, despite her telling me I don't have to deal with it alone and she'll be there for me until the end of time. And would often ask me to try and stop talking about it and quit picking on the wound. It was a rough patch in our relationship. Me being completely hurt and having a hard time moving past it, and her wanting me to just get over it and go back to how the relationship was. The main issue that ended us was that she promised me, first thing, to quit drinking and going to parties. She admitted that she doesn't control her drinking at all and it always ends badly. So that's why she'll stop it to prevent herself from putting herself in a situation like that again. However, she didn't keep up with those promises. She broke them again at a party with her friends right after telling me that she will go there and not have any drinks. As soon as she got there, she gave in. "I'm sorry I disappointed you," was what she said. And she claimed she'll drink to prove to me that she will be in control, yet she lost control again. Only stopped when she threw up on herself and almost ruined her phone by spilling water on it. As she got drunk, she bursted out on me, saying I'm manipulative for giving her the ultimatum to pick between me and drinking, her own promise, for not quitting, asking her about the incident, for so many things that I haven't really done. She even said that if it was up to her she would just brush it off, but I wouldn't let her forget about it. Despite tolerating her drinking again, wasn't another chance we agreed on to be given again. I didn't leave her. I talked to her as calmly as possible. I wanted to work things out with her, as I sensed that she got a problem with alcohol. As soon as she stopped drinking that night, she said she does have a problem, and she feels disgusting and that she's an awful girlfriend and didn't know why I put up with her. I told her that I won't give up on her if it's a problem, and she said that we should work on it, only to tell me a few minutes after that she doesn't have a problem and she just likes it and wants to do it. Still, I remained calm. Talked to her about it in the nicest way possible. We talked about how it always ends. I asked her if she thinks it's fair or we should really put an end to it. She promised it was the last time, and it was a promise that she wholeheartedly made and she isn't forced to do. We agreed on working to make things better, by putting it all behind us and also putting old habits behind us. I apologized for everything I've said or done while I was hurt. She said she understood and it was pretty fair and I shouldn't beat myself up for it. And it was clear that she didn't want the occurrence to ever be brought up again. Things were getting better for a month after. No more tears. No more pain. Just us being normal again. As normal as I possibly could. Until we had a small argument again that ended with her saying she wants to go to a party again. I asked her why she's breaking her promises to me again, and she didn't have any response besides "I'm not. I just want to do it." That triggered a reaction from me, and I mentioned what happened last time she got drunk around random guys. Then she ended the relationship because we haven't recovered and it will only get worse. Then proceeded to block me everywhere in the middle of me begging for her to listen to me. and just ghosted me after 5.5 years. Now after a long time post-breakup, I keep putting the blame on myself and say maybe I shouldn't have dwelled for too long in the occurrence and just forced myself to get over it like she wanted me to do. Would there be a different outcome if my reaction to that hurt didn't last for so long and I just accepted it and moved forward? I can't help but think of the times she was crying so hard because of it. While I was perhaps harsh, I know it's not worth it thinking about this now, but at this point I'm starting to feel like I was toxic or something like this for not simply taking it and moving on. TL, Dr. XGF of 5 years drunk cheated on me. Now that the relationship ended, I'm blaming myself for not easily getting over her cheating as she wished me to do. I feel for you, bro. She cheated on you and that understandably gave you trust issues. She promised not to drink and go to parties and broke those promises. It is completely understandable to not trust her to make wise decisions based on her past indiscretions. None of this was your fault. I hope you understand that, heal, and move on to someone who deserves you. Virtual hugs. No way, bro. She cheated, made promises she refused to keep, and then made you feel guilty for all of it. Relationships require communication and boundaries. She refused to communicate with you about how you felt and made you feel guilty for her hurting you. Talk about a mind duck. Also, getting inebriated around random guys while your so isn't around is a huge boundary for any relationship. You expressed this, she promised to respect this, and then she refused to follow through. That girl just isn't relationship material. That's all there is to it. And to answer your question, no. You getting over it quicker wouldn't have saved the relationship. The relationship didn't end because you couldn't forgive her betrayal and broken promises. The relationship ended because you have self-respect and expected her to keep her promises, respect your boundaries, and not betray you. This is her fault. Full stop. Thank you for your comment. Unfortunately, a lot of Redditors have made me feel more guilty and said that I should have cut her some slack considering she came and confessed, and that's morally courageous. Well, most Redditors are morons. Sure, it's great that she came and told you about it. But that doesn't negate the fact that she cheated on you. It certainly doesn't take the pain of betrayal away. That's like a dude shooting your mom in the face and then turning himself into police and the cops just being like, hey, he turned himself in for murdering someone, so let's just let him go free. That's nonsense. The general rule is that when someone cheats, it can take the betrayed partner up to 2 to 5 years to recover. And that's if they can recover. Also, you know what would have been truly morally courageous? If she didn't cheat. Or if she kept her promises not to get drunk with random guys. Or if she respected your boundaries. Or if she stuck around to try and help ease you through her betrayal. She didn't do any of that. So, no. She isn't relationship material. She only showed remorse by a lot of sobbing, self-harm and love bombing. No actions. Everything went from I will wait until the end of time for you to forgive me and I know it will affect our relationship forever and you'll never forget about it, but I'm willing to do anything to fix this, to can we just have a day where we don't talk about it? It's like a wound that won't heal because you won't stop picking on it. It's really unbelievable. Yeah, of course. She's a selfish person. She caused the pain and then expected you to make her feel better about it. You're better off, man. I know it hurts. Being blocked and ghosted sucks, but it's probably the best thing for you. Someone who will do that to you isn't worth having in your life. I also heard she got a new boyfriend. Lol. I'm out here thinking if this will ever heal and if I'll ever be able to love again, and she already monkey branched to another dude. She used to claim I'm the reason she's alive and she won't be able to go on a day without me. I'm her future. She can't be with anybody else. It really is ironic. It's not ironic at all. Anyone who tells you that stuff is just overcompensating, they don't really feel that way, but they want you to think they do, so they say a bunch of crazy clingy shit to latch onto you. I guarantee she already loves this new guy, too. I'm telling you, you dodged a bullet. Mi prima tuvo tantos amores de su vida que perdí la cuenta hace una década. Oh man, morally courageous like pissing on a gravestone and saying yeah but I washed my hands afterwards. Your response is normal at the time. Move on. You are very young. Get on dating apps and get laid. Living well is the best revenge and a cure for negativity. It would be courageous of her to take responsibility for her actions and how they affect you and your relationship, and do whatever is necessary to avoid harming you and your relationship. What you have described here doesn't sound like courage to me. Nothing you said or did drove her actions, and nothing you said or did cause the relationship to fall apart. That girl is truly a train wreck in the middle of happening. She will eventually let her drinking drive her off the rails and get her into a position where she will be taken advantage of. You can't continue to try to play savior. It would never work, because she still does not realize or believe she has any issues, including the cheating. Block her, stay no contact, and concentrate on your purpose and making yourself the best you can be. This girl was no good for you. She won't be good for any relationship in her current state. She has to change that. The feelings you still have are for who you thought she was earlier in your relationship. She is no longer that person, and unfortunately you won't be able to see her as that earlier person. You might forgive her, but you'll never be able to forget her actions. Because you can't forget, there will be no trust. Thank you for your comment. It really means a lot. I'm still having a hard time seeing her for who she really is, because after she confessed I had to deal with long nights of her sobbing. Even self-harming every time I express hurt from what she did or ask for a break. Yet she managed to leave and never look back despite all the promises, tears, future plans. It's amazing. At this time in her life, she values alcohol more than you. Sorry to say. I was in the same position with my ex. The difference is, my ex is 29 bloody years old. Your ex might grow out of this because she's young and probably just wants to enjoy her party phase. But she may end up being like my ex. If she meets someone else, she will 100% cheat on him whilst drunk. It's almost guaranteed. It's a lesson she has to learn on her own. Maybe she's too young and selfish at the moment. Maybe she'll never learn. Who knows? Just don't let it be your problem anymore. Honestly, it's a good thing she broke up with you. She is basically a drunk that cheated and heading towards her next disaster. Yet you are wondering how you could have fixed this and if you were too harsh. That's your actual problem. You can't control other people's actions and decisions, but you can control yours. Clearly you are codependent. This is not love in my opinion. When you love someone and you get betrayed by them, you are hurt, angry, disappointed, etc. You are not so forgiving. Because the person that you loved and trusted was the one that betrayed you. For you to even consider forgiving them, they have to put some serious efforts to help you overcome such emotions. They have to show you that they will never hurt you again. For most of us, even considering forgiving such an act of betrayal will be unthinkable. But you just took her promise and wanted her back like nothing happened. In my opinion, you need a therapist to figure that part out. You need to build your self-respect, self-confidence, and truly understand that love is a relationship created and nurtured by you and your partner, or partners for that matter. You can't have a relationship on your own. So yeah, you should have ended this relationship way earlier. I honestly think she is regretful of cheating, but I don't think she is unwilling to stop her destructive behavior, which will lead her to cheating again. Let it go and move on. Find a therapist to help you with your issues before you start a new relationship in a healthy way. You're right about so many things. And she was regretful of her cheating, but only portrayed that remorse through sobbing, self-harm, love bombing. No actions whatsoever. When she's put in a situation to prove that she's actually changed, she fails. Again and again. Then my question to you is, why did you stay? When enough is enough. Ending this relationship was an action that you should have taken. I am not trying to be hard on you. I am a random stranger that truly wants nothing but good things to happen to you. I sincerely advise you to seek a therapist and work on yourself. Find your happiness being alone, then find someone to share that part of you with them. But also hold a high standard and expectations for your relationship. It had less to do with self-respect and codependency and more to do with how much I loved her and wanted to see it as a dumb mistake she made. I couldn't walk away from everything we had and decided to give her a chance, considering she was totally broken because of it. But yeah, that was a mistake. I think at 21 you're a lot more mature than your peers and she's just not. She wants to run the roads. She cheated. She has some issues with control. I think you're dodging a bullet and probably need to give yourself a break over this. Not your fault. You're really just not compatible, and if not for the cheating you would probably be here anyway. So focus on yourself, friends and family, school and career, and move forward. She'll just drag you down. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.